This is Minutia Men with Rick and Dave.
Spoiled YouTube stars.
An Anthony Weiner trivia quiz.
It's just funny saying that. A 12-year-old who likes dead mice.
Ridiculously geeky historical Cubs minutia.
And Rick's brush with Bob Newhart.
All that plus unlimited tangents because we can't help ourselves on this week's Minutia Men.
That is coming up right now.
The following is a Tony Lasano podcast, an Opie production on the Radio Misfits Podcast Network. This is Minutia Men with Rick and Dave.
Hey, that's us. That's Rick Kempfer and Dave Stern. I'm the Rick portion of the program.
I'd be Dave.
You would be.
Hey, Rick.
Hey, how are you? You know, I think people should know a little bit about us before we continue on, and that is, yes, we are experts in minutia. I think that's a fair thing to say, don't you think?
We're not. Yeah, we're minutia meisters.
We're enthusiasts.
Okay.
We just love it. We just love minutia. But we also have real jobs. We are the publishers of Eckhart's Press and also Chicago Author Solutions. If you want to find us out on the World Wide Web, that's where we are. But Dave, I think it's time for some minutia, and you have some good stuff for us this week. What do you got?
Did you hear about this couple from Arizona? It's pretty. You probably have heard about it.
I have, yes.
And most of our listeners probably have heard about this too. If you live in Chicago, certainly it's been a pretty big shticky story. But
we're talking about Brianna and Jalen,
right? Aren't those names? Brianna and Jalen. I hate these frickin' people before I even look at right. Aren't they the worst frickin' names? Don't those names just exude hate?
Well, yeah, it makes it easier. Let's be honest. It makes it easier to hate them. But
so this couple, young couple, good-looking couple. Did you see a picture of them?
Yeah, they're not just young, Dave. They're ridiculously young.
Right? They're 18, I believe,
and they're married.
Yes, they're married, and they're about as white as you can possibly get, wouldn't you say?
Yeah.
So this lovely couple, I guess they're YouTube stars, or they're YouTube, I don't know, performers or whatever.
I think they are YouTube stars. I think Brianna is what they call a beauty vlogger.
Yeah. Right. She's probably pulling down like 7 times what we're pulling down.
I know, exactly. Obviously, they're married. They're looking for houses in Chicago. I'm sorry. I'm jumping on your story. You finish the story.
No. You know better.
No. I'm sorry.
No,
I'm backing up. I'm officially. See, can you hear me now? This is how far back off I am right now.
You're in Palatine right now. So evidently, it's not evidently. It's exactly Brianna and Jalen. They moved to Chicago. This is a young couple, and they're video bloggers or YouTubers. And they chronicle, I guess what these kids do, and these YouTube people, they chronicle every part of their lives, minutia, if you will. Correct?
Yeah, except minutia about things that nobody cares about.
So they came to Chicago. They got an apartment in the Edgewater neighborhood.
Rough neighborhood.
Rick, that's where I'm from, and you mock my.
That's the inner city.
Yeah, right. You mock my roots. So literally blocks from where I grew up. They got an apartment. They went to IKEA, Rick. They drove from here to Schaumburg. Is it Schaumburg? And came back with IKEA. They're putting their apartment together. They're so excited. They're in the big city, and then they decide, hey, let's go out to the Chipotle down the street. Yeah. Okay, sounds fair enough, right? Sounds like fun. And Jalen, the male, who, by the way, has a head of hair that is just outstanding.
For now.
Yeah, good point. We could only hope that he will have gut-wrenching pain in 12 to 15 years. And he decided, let's take the red line. I hear great things about this tram thing they have, this elevator trammy thing. It's very cool. I've heard great things about it. Let's go to the red line. Let's get on the Loyola stop. Let's go to the Granville stop. And then let's go to Loyola. It is about a minute and a half ride. What could possibly happen? You've taken the CTA in the middle of the afternoon. What's going to happen?
Nothing.
All right. So they go up the stairs, and I guess a crazy person was on the platform. Okay. And they obviously don't know how to handle crazy people.
Wait a minute, a crazy person on the L platform?
Right. He was just a guy. He's kind of, a little off, So he starts asking them questions, what's your name? Do you know if there's any police around here? I mean, questions like this. And Jalen decides to engage with the crazy person.
Which is mistake number one.
Right. So he engages with the crazy person, and evidently Brianna was uncomfortable with the situation. So she tugged on Jalen's perfect polo shirt. Have you seen his shirt? It's it's perfectly white, and his shirt is perfectly white. And he says, you know what? I'm uncomfortable, honey. Let's go downstairs. I saw a Subway down there. We'll just eat at the Subway, and everything will be fine. So they go down. So they go out. They probably paid their $2.25 to get in, so it's $5. They're already into it for almost
throwing
$5.
Money away.
Right, exactly. $5. They go to the Subway, and they are feeling a little better and a little safer. And crazy guy is following them. Okay,
that's what crazy guys do.
So Jalen does whatever anybody would do, is calls the police, calls 911. So Jalen calls 911, and they say, all right, okay, we'll be there any minute. By the way, what's your name? Jalen. Yeah, okay. Yeah. Priority number one, I'm sure.
Right, exactly. Okay. It's Edgewater, crazy guy. Okay, yeah, we'll be right there.
Right, exactly.
It's Chicago. Nothing going on here.
Yeah, you're at the Subway. So
right, you're at a Subway restaurant surrounded by other humans.
Right, exactly.
Right. Oh my God, you're in desperate danger right now.
So Jalen evidently was not happy with the 911 response, so he goes, we got to call an Uber. So he calls an Uber, and the Uber will be there in 3 minutes. Well, evidently, crazy guy followed them into the Subway. He was outside of the Subway looking in and freaked out this young couple from Arizona. So Jalen does what anybody should be doing. He goes out there and engages again with the guy. Mm-hmm. Right. And they get into a kerfuffle, and evidently Jalen gets punched in the face.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, Jalen has a punchable face.
He really does.
Right. So, I'm on the side of the crazy guy at this point.
Yeah.
So long story short, the Uber guy comes in. They run into the Uber car. Jalen loses his shoe in the process, and Brianna picks it up and refers to herself in this video. And the reason I know all this is that they posted a YouTube video about their horrible experience in Chicago.
I watched the video.
Yeah. So she called herself a baller.
Yeah.
So you're like, okay, so I'm such a baller. I picked up the shoe as I jumped into the Uber.
It's very much like, a Vietnam vet pulling his buddy off the battlefield. It's almost exactly the same level.
Exactly. So they get into the Uber. They get there. They drive to their apartment in Edgewater or whatever it is. It had to have been a 2-block drive. I mean, nothing. And then they pack up all their belongings and they drive back to Arizona that night.
Right, because of course it's a scary city.
Right. So when they get to Arizona, presumably their aunt's house or their parents' house or whoever it is, they decide, well, what should we do? Let's broadcast this to the world and do a video on it. So they do, like you said, you saw the video. It's a 15-minute video, and they retell this entire story. And I don't know if you noticed this, Brianna.
Yeah.
She does the quotes in the air a lot. Did you notice that?
I just knew I was watching a young rich girl. That's all
exactly.
I knew.
Exactly. So they tell this entire story. It gets out. I guess they have 20,000 fans. Obviously, it's going to get out. And Chicagoans have picked up on the story, obviously. Yeah. Right?
Yeah.
And they're getting mocked, Rick.
The youngsters are?
Yeah, the poor youngsters from Arizona. They're getting a little bit mocked.
My favorite part of the video, at one point, the crazy guy asked Jalen, what do you do for a living? And he said, I thought about it, and I thought, you know what? I'm not going to tell him that I'm starting a real estate flipping business and that we're YouTube stars. I think I'll just tell him that I'm a student at Loyola University. That is my favorite moment.
Yeah. Crafty. That Jalen is crafty.
He is.
Now, my favorite part of the story, not only is it I'm getting a little feedback here. Let me turn it out. I was telling you this before we went on the air. all of a sudden videos just play in my headphones for some reason, but that's not neither here nor here. Anyways, so Jalen, so they do this video, gets out. Chicago is mocking them, and then there's a comedian that lives in Edgewater, and he has invented and created a walking tour of the escape route that the YouTube couple took out of Chicago. And you get to see all the hot spots, Rick. You see the CVS, you see the Granville L stop, you see the subway, and
you see the $900,000 homes.
Right. And the yoga studios, and I believe there's an Ann Sathers there, so they 4,000
scary
people.
City. Such a scary city.
4,000 people have signed up for the event, the walking tour. And so Brianna and Jalen, rather than just let the story die, right? Okay, you know what? We made a mistake. We're young. They decided to make another video about how they're upset about this walking tour.
Yeah.
Did you see this video?
No, I did not see that one.
So now they're getting totally mocked for that. And they're doing these videos. Well, the first video that they did said that they're now homeless. That was their thing. That was the title on the YouTube thing. We're homeless now. Here's why. It was in $1 million home that they were doing this video.
In Arizona.
Yeah, exactly. With the granite tops and their perfectly, coiffed hair.
Stainless steel appliances.
Right. So that, to me, this is wonderful that I just love Chicago, and I love the way that we're ripping into these people.
The date of the walk is going to be a problem for me.
Yeah.
Because it's Tuesday, September 6th, right? That could be around the same time as a German comedian Paco Erhardt's appearance at the Dunkhaus, which is just a little bit north of there.
Wait. Did you say German comedian?
That's right. He's kind of like the Jackie Robinson of Germany.
He broke the German color barrier.
He broke the comedy barrier.
Okay, good.
I got to tell you about this guy because it is the same night. His name is Paco Erhardt, and his whole bit is he's got a 5-step guide to being German. And he is apparently, according to his publicity material, he's sold out comedy festivals in Great Britain, Canada, and Australia. And his goal is to set the record straight about his charming, crazy mishap of a country. Exploring the reality behind the stereotypes, the award-winning German comedian Paco Erhard delivers extremely clever analysis of the modern German psyche that is side-splittingly funny and violently politically incorrect.
Violent, definitely true. When does the show start? Because when he says it starts at 8, it's going to start at 8.
It starts at 7 promptly.
Okay, right.
The doors open at 6.
Right. And if you walk in at 7:07, he is going to open up a can of strudel on your ass that you've never seen.
We have to go to this.
Let me check with the old lady.
We got to go.
Let me check with her. I would. Yeah. I mean, I think I could do it. I've got nothing, and then we can grab a meal at the
Brauhaus. Exactly.
Do they have gluten-free sausages there?
I think. Is there gluten in sausages? I
think I'm okay. Just the word sausage.
I think so. Speaking of sausage, I've got some. I've got some minutia for you.
Sure.
I have prepared for you an Anthony Weiner trivia quiz.
Wow, that was a segue. That I know that you wrote the book on radio producing, but you couldn't possibly have telegraphed this segue. Very nice work.
You've been following the Anthony Weiner story.
I know that. He has O.J. Simpson syndrome. That you get out, you get through one problem and you decide, hey, I'm just going to do it again and do something stupid again.
I mean, this guy is, this is the way I look at it. He's a very short man.
Yeah.
Okay. He is kind of got a whiny voice, like kind of talks like this. Yeah. But he works out like crazy. He's got he's got quite a physique, believe it or not, because I've seen I've seen it in the sexts that he sends to people.
Sure.
And he's got a giant guy down there.
Yeah. Okay.
So, he's thinking to himself, hey, everyone's making fun of me and, mocking me, but, I've got something to show.
I got some game here. Right.
Right. That's the only explanation I can think of, because otherwise the guy is a complete moron.
Right. And he's married to Huma, a chief of staff.
Yeah.
Who is a very accomplished, attractive woman.
Imagine her. She's waking. They live in New York. She wakes up and she sees the front page of the New York Post, which has got a sexting picture of her husband, and the headline is "Pop Goes the Weiner."
I know.
And the New York Post does not hold back. They do. And I actually, there's a part of this that I've got to read to you because it's pretty funny. So Anthony was sending this woman sext and saying that he was fantasizing about her, and said that I did not sleep well, horny as F-K. He wrote. When she suggested that was a disease, he wrote back, "You are a carrier." He even confessed to masturbating while thinking about her, calling her literally a fantasy chick. And I mean literally. So you know how I got to sleep last night, he wrote, adding a demon purple emoji.
The masturbation.
After she sent him a cartoon image of a pump bottle of hand lotion and a box of tissues. And then he sent her a homemade text and emoji image of an ejaculating penis.
You could make your own?
I had no idea you could do that.
So he's an artist. He's also a graphic designer.
Apparently so. All right. So anyway, I've got a Anthony Weiner trivia, because this is called Minutia Men. So I've got minutia for you.
Okay, hold on. But
Anthony
before you start,
yeah.
I love how he's talking dirty and he's doing all these kind of certainly left of center things, but he can't write the F word.
I know.
He has to put the little asterisks in there because I don't want to get dirty.
That's such a good point.
Okay. I'm sorry to interrupt.
All right, so here's the first trivia question for you about Anthony Weiner. Who offered Anthony Weiner a job after his first sexting incident in 2011? Right? Because he really was offered as a legitimate job.
Okay.
Was it A, Larry Flint, B, Silvio Berlusconi, C, Warren Beatty, or D, Brett Favre?
Right. The Brett Favre thing, I'm not sure Brett Favre even reads the news. So I'm going to say no, Brett Favre.
That's correct.
Who was it? It was Ned Beatty or Warren Beatty?
Warren Beatty.
Because Ned Beatty, I would have said yes, but Warren Beatty, no.
Okay. Silvio Berlusconi or Larry Flint?
Larry Flint.
Larry Flint is correct. He sent him a letter saying, after having learned of your sudden and compelled resignation from your congressional post, I'd like to make you an offer of employment at Flint Management Group in our internet group. This offer is not made in jest. I'm willing to pay 20% more than your former congressional salary, ensuring that your medical benefits would be equal to what you're previously receiving. And that ungrateful bastard turned down the job.
Right.
All right. Who officiated the wedding of Huma Abedin and Weiner in 2010?
You know what? I know this is Bill Clinton because I read about it.
Okay, doggone it. All right. What was his code name when he was sexting on Twitter? Was it A, Phil McCracken, B, Carlos Danger, or C, Hugh Jorgen?
Hugh Jorgen.
No, it was Carlos Danger. that was really hey, you don't watch John Oliver. He used to do a whole bit about it.
He's actually brilliant. I've been watching Oliver lately the last 2 months ago. He's fantastic.
I agree totally. All right, so now this is the last one. This last one is inspired by the fact that the guy's name is Weiner. Okay,
yeah, right.
And maybe he feels compelled that he has to share because his name is Weiner.
Right.
So
it's
he's got to constantly show people his wiener. So this is the question. Which of the following people never felt compelled to share photos of their private areas despite having a name that sounds like they should? Okay.
Yeah, sure.
Was it A, Tim Allen Dick? That's Tim Allen, the comedian's real name. Tim Allen Dick. Pete Lecoq.
Former Chicago Cub. Peter Marshall's stepson.
Jim Schwantz.
Former Chicago Bear.
Dick Trickle.
Who's Dick Trickle?
He's a NASCAR driver or a race car driver. Channel 5 news anchor Dick Johnson. Former Cub pitching coach Dick Pohl.
Yeah, sure.
Former Packers quarterback Lynn Dickey. Or H. Barbara Bush.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Oh, that was a curveball.
How
nice
about
work
that?
on that one.
You know, actually, also I found this online. There's a White Sox player in the 1940s whose name was literally Johnny Dickshot, and never sent one.
What about former? Was he Dick Phelan?
Oh my gosh, that's right, Dick Phelan, Dick Devine. Remember Dick Devine?
Yeah.
None of those guys felt it necessary to send it.
Well, I hope Mr. Weiner can get some peace.
Me too.
Don't you think?
Yes.
He can move in with Brianna and Jalen now because all three of them have went viral over the last, Hey,
have they moved back to Chicago, or they're never coming to Chicago again, right?
I hope they do. Well, you know what? If they do, people are just going to they're sensation. They're just going to get punched in the face getting off the plane, right? I mean,
all right. What other minutia you got for us this week?
So, you've got kids, right?
I do.
What are like when your kids were 12? So what? Sean is 13, right? Going to be 14 in like a week. When Sean was 12, or when your kids were 12, now you don't have girls, but what were their hobbies? Computers, right? Video games, baseball, that kind of thing.
Right.
My girls, their hobbies are, Aaron loves sports, and Julia likes the American Girl dolls and that kind of thing, and Lila, makeup, fashion, and whatever. Well, there is a 12-year-old girl from Philadelphia. Her name is Mackenzie McCarty. And guess what her hobby is? Taxidermy, Rick.
Of course.
So what Mackenzie McCarty, now not just any taxidermy, she specializes in dead rodent taxidermy.
Well, those are the easiest to find.
Well, yes, I guess you're right. So maybe it's a financial decision.
Yeah.
Maybe it's efficiency. But what Mackenzie does is she collects dead rodents, and she never kills the rodents. They make sure that this in this article, that she never, ever kills the rodents. But she goes to pet shops where there's dead rodents. Now, granted, I don't think I want to go to a pet shop that has dead animals, right? But evidently she has found. So she goes to pet shops and she sees, like you say, on the side of the road or whatever, and she scoops out their little brains. In fact, she has a tool called her little brain scooper. I don't know, what do? You cut their belly and you scoop out all their organs and stuff, and she fills them with cotton, the abdomen and the bodies with cotton and the brain, and she sews them back up. And that's kind of creepy enough, right? I mean, right. But then what this kid does is she makes like mobile, or is it mobile? Not mobile. What is it? Dioramas. Is that what it's called? Diorama?
Yeah.
And she puts them into like little scenes. She's got these, like, for instance, she loves movie scenes. So she did one of like that, of Grease. Like, for instance, she takes the little dead animals that she has taxidermied. She puts little clothes on them, like doll clothes or whatever. They're mice. And then she makes like the background of Grease, or puts a 57 Chevy in the background or whatever.
Oh my gosh.
And she makes these scenes, and she's done it for she does it for holidays. She did a St. Patrick's Day theme one where there's a rainbow, and a pot of gold and a dead mouse sticking on top of it.
Wow.
So now what I'm thinking is, first of all, I think this kid is brilliant, but I want to give her ideas for other scenes that she could do. What about remember the scene in Pulp Fiction where the drug dealer sticks a knife, or not a knife, the hypodermic needle in the heart
That's
Uma
a good.
Thurman.
Well, there's all kinds of scenes in that movie. Maybe the freak in the basement where he's got like the he's got the full mask on.
Right.
Although then you can't see the taxidermy work.
Well, that's true. But also, what about getting a little bit more? I don't know, pensive. The opening scene in *Inglourious Bastards*.
Ooh, yes.
With a little bottle, you get a little bottle of milk from the American Girl store. I mean, I was in the American Girl store the day before yesterday. They got miniature everything there.
How was it? How was your visit there? Did you enjoy your visit to the American Girl store?
One thing that I noticed. First of all, there's 90. If you're a single guy and want to pick up a woman with a small child who more than likely is married anyway, so it's probably not a real good prospect list, but there's women everywhere, right? Obviously. And then every once in a while you see a guy and we all have this 1,000-yard stare walking around American Girl doll, and we all have the same face, and when we make eye contact, we both got to do the nod like, another 20 minutes and we're out of here. Hang in there, buddy. And it's like how you mentioned the Vietnam, how Brianna took the, it's like us getting each other over the finish
You're
line.
a baller.
Yeah, exactly. We're American Girl ballers. Wow. I got a couple of other scenes you want to hear.
Yeah. Yeah, sure.
What about iconic American photographs like Iwo Jima with little mice? What do you
Very
think?
nice. The Times Square kiss.
I thought of that as well. How about little dead mouse Oswald getting shot by little dead Jack Ruby?
Not bad.
What about?
You think that she could prop the mouth open? Like Oswald's got that. Oh, I've just been shot.
Yeah, you get a bad sweater and you put them on there. The hat, they put the little fedora hat on Ruby.
Yeah.
What about? And now we're just coming off of the Olympics. What about that iconic scene of the two runners, the Black Power?
Oh yeah.
May not work with white mice. I think you'd probably have to get a.
Or you could do like a Michael Phelps and shave the top half of the mouse and put like purple welts all over it.
Right, good. That's good. My favorite, though. Well, I got two favorites that I thought of: the Joe Pesci Ray Liotta scene in Goodfellas.
Not bad. Yeah.
But remember that iconic scene in Rebel Without a Cause? James Dean tearing at his shirt, you're tearing me apart. That scene? Yeah, that I think would be great.
What the stuffing may come out of the mouse.
You know what? She seems to know what she's doing.
Yeah, okay.
So
imagine that conversation with her dad, over the breakfast table. Daddy, can we go get some more dead mice today? Oh, jeez, honey.
Right. I'm doing On the Waterfront. Dad, I'm doing your favorite movies, Dad. Well, this is completely as an aside and really not related, but it's minutia. If you go on YouTube, you can get Lego. You can plug in anything like Kennedy assassination in Lego, and I swear there is somebody that has done a recreation of like the Kennedy assassination in stop animation with Lego pieces.
Yeah, I've seen some of those. You have sent me a few of them. I believe you sent me Beatles on
Sullivan. Yeah, they're not bad. So that's my taxidermy minutia.
So that's good. I like that. Well, that means it's time for our next segment.
Time now for a collection of Cub geekness. This is Just One Bad Century with Rick and Dave.
Okay, this week, Dave, in Just One Bad Century, which, in case you're a new listener to the show, Just One Bad Century is our website about the Cubs. And it's a kind of a geek's paradise, really, a Cubs geek paradise. And one of the things that I like to do is go back in time to famous historical events and see what the Cubs were doing on that day.
Who doesn't?
Exactly. It's a typical thing that most people do. But today, Dave, there's the listing of the things that happened in history are so interesting. I want to go the reverse, okay? I'm going to tell you the Cubs' history, and then you try to guess what happened on that day.
And it's today? Or
it's this week. All of these happened this week in history. All right.
So you're kind of throwing me a curveball.
I am. Oh, good baseball reference.
Oh yeah. Right.
All right. On August 28th, 1963, the Cubs beat the Phillies the Cubs lost 8-7 to the Phillies as future Cub Johnny Callison hit homer in the 7th inning. What happened on that day?
August 63.
Yep.
Well, my mother was probably uncomfortable because her son David was about to be born in 2 weeks. 63 August. November was Kennedy. August 63. I don't know. Was there an astronaut thing going on or something?
Martin Luther King. I have a dream. I have a dream speech. Okay. August 29th, 1958. Future Cub Larry Jackson gets a win for St. Louis in a 7-5 game. The Cubs have lost all of these games too. No, but in this one, he got to win. What happened in Gary, Indiana on August 29th, 1958? I'll give you the town just to make it a little easier.
Michael Jackson was born.
Very good. On August 30th, 1880, pitcher Larry Corcoran in his first season with Chicago takes the loss. He has started 23 of the last 24 games for the Cubs.
Oh, my! Are you serious?
Yes. What else happened on that day? And it happened, let's see, out west somewhere.
Wait. Hold on. So he pitched in 1880. They had a guy pitch every day, basically?
Yeah, pretty much.
Wow.
That was his position. He was the pitcher.
And Dusty Baker was the manager, right?
Right, exactly. And the next season, he did the towel drill all year.
Right. Right, but his jersey sold great.
Yeah, you'll never guess this one. On that day, Apache Chief Diablo, who had vowed to work with the white man, was killed by his fellow Apaches. All right.
Okay,
I'm going to give you one more. There's too many of these, but this one I think you will appreciate. September 1st, 1939. Cubs are in Brooklyn playing a doubleheader against the Dodgers. They split 2 games. Larry French wins his 11th game in the season opener, or in the opener of that doubleheader.
Well, it's got to be a Hitler-related thing. 39, August 1st.
September 1st.
Or September 1st, 39. Did Adolf decide that he wanted another country of some sort?
Yes. Which one?
Was it Poland?
It is Poland. Very good. Congratulations. So that's this week's Cubs trivia, and it's now time for Celebrity Potpourri.
A random name pulled out of Rick's bowl of brushes with celebrities. Mixture, collection, selection, assemblage, medley, assortment, variety. Time now for Celebrity Potpourri with Rick and Dave.
Okay, the way Celebrity Potpourri works is Dave reaches his hand into our bowl of celebrity names. These are all people that I have met over the years as a radio producer and host, and Dave likes hearing these stories, so he asks me to tell them.
This is one of my favorite. And again, a little piece of minutia. I picked Bob Newhart, who I love.
Okay.
And, when he did his television show, he lived in an apartment on Sheridan Road, right?
Edgewater.
Exactly.
It all comes together.
Exactly. So, but Bob Newhart, I love Bob Newhart.
Yeah, and you could tell by that opening credits of that show what a scary neighborhood that was.
Yeah, I know. It is.
Anyway, Bob Newhart. So I've interviewed him a couple of times. One time I interviewed him about the Cubs. And did you know that he was at the 1945 victory parade when they came home after they clinched the pennant?
No. So wait. They did a parade before they won the World Series?
Well, it wasn't really a parade. It was kind of like a welcome home. They all went to the train station and they met the Cubs as they arrived back into town as victorious people. So I thought that was cool. But my Bob Newhart story that I want to tell you is one that happened on the phone. And we had just started doing this show at WJMK, John Landecker show. And that radio station didn't have any equipment for a real morning show. They just played music before that, really. And so they had to install a phone system for us. They didn't even have a phone system in the studio. And then they had to install something for us to record phone calls so we could do some of these celebrity interviews because they wouldn't let us do them live because that would be
crazy.
Oh, anything could happen.
Yeah.
Well, as it turns out, it was a good thing that they did that because as we were trying to tape this interview with Bob Newhart, every time I put it on hold, it would disconnect. Right? So I'm on the phone with Bob Newhart. Hang on a second, Bob. We'll be right with you. Put him on hold. Gone. I call him back. Like, I'm really sorry. I hung up on you.
I got a new phone system.
Right. I'm going to try it again. Yeah. Please hold, and I'll be right with you. Boom. It happened 6 times, and in various different ways. I brought in like the production guy. I'd have him come in. All right, now this time when I put you on hold, it's going to be fine because the pro is here. He knows what's going on. The engineer is here, ready. Put you on hold. Gone.
Was he must have gotten a kick out of it. Was he?
Well, here's the thing. I thought he was getting really pissed. Because when I would call him back, he'd be like, yes. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But it turns out that he thought we were doing a
We're sorry. You have reached a number that has been disconnected or is no longer in service. If you feel you have reached this recording in error, please check the number and try your call again.
The proceeding was a presentation of the Radio Misfits Podcast Network. Find our other great shows on iTunes, Stitcher Radio, and at radiomisfits.com. Thank you.
This has been a presentation of Opie Productions.
Tony, can you shut up?
The Untitled Hour with Hot Doug and the Hitmaker.
I'm the Hitmaker.
I'm Hot Doug.
Hot Doug asked me, Hitmaker, what's the secret to great comedy?
Hitmaker, what's
timing?
The secret? That's the kind of gold you'll only hear on the Untitled Hour.
Mm-hmm. Or by going to see Shecky Green.
If only. Love Shecky Green.
Great Talk Radio isn't dead. It just moved to a better place.
RadioMisfits.com.